and Albert Musher, and also of the Columbia University School of Social Work. Thank you for sharing this special evening with us. This is a unique moment in the history of the School of Social Work, and even more, it's a special moment in social work education. The vision and generosity and dedication of the person we honor this evening will assure that untold thousands and perhaps millions of persons will benefit from improvements in the education of professional social workers. Our honoree is Mr. Albert Musher, and put simply, his vision is that human betterment and human happiness can best be realized through the effective application of science and technology. Mr. Musher's dream is that our nation's oldest and most distinguished School of Social Work will work with him in order to profoundly advance the quality of human life. Establishment of the Willma and Albert Musher Chair represents the first and most crucial step in making this dream a reality. Every appointee to the Musher Chair will be a uniquely distinguished and respected leader in social work education, and this is as it should be, for the Musher Chair will itself be one of the most prestigious and important professorships at the Columbia School of Social Work, and indeed throughout all of social work education. The Musher Professor will create and implement programs of research, education, and knowledge dissemination that build directly upon Mr. Musher's goal of improving human life and contentment through science. Every Musher Professor will expand the boundaries of our understanding of human behavior and will work to assure that tomorrow's social workers are the best informed and best trained in the history of the profession. When one considers Albert Musher's own background, we ought not perhaps be surprised by his incredible accomplishments, past, present, and future. I first became acquainted with Albert about 3 years ago. He had developed a keen interest in programs at the Center for the Study of Social Work Practice, which is a joint undertaking of the Columbia School of Social Work and the Jewish Board of Family and Children's Services. In Albert, I found an intellect, enthusiasm, and love for humankind that's breathtaking, and which in its vitality belies his chronological years. Our shared values, interests, and commitments enabled me to find an intellectual soulmate, and to use Albert's own words, the vibrations are wonderful. At times I wonder whether Mr. Musher's role in enhancing human happiness has in fact been fated. Is it merely coincidence, for example, that the name Musher is derived from the Hebrew word meir shor, which means happiness? Is it coincidental that without my having known about it, this evening's celebration of the Willma and Albert Musher Chair was scheduled for the very week of Willma and Albert's wedding anniversary? The members of Mr. Musher's family have devoted their lives and their fortunes to human betterment. Albert's great-grandfather, Aryeh Musher, was one of the first pioneers to settle in Palestine in 1882 and to support his pressed olives on the Mount of Olives. Albert's father, Nathan, built the largest olive oil business in the United States. His home was in Washington, D.C., where he was a leader in business, charitable, and communal causes. Nathan also was a Talmudic scholar, and these attributes I know are strongly reflected in Albert. Albert's brother was a distinguished community leader, and so too are all of his other relatives, including his children. And perhaps most important, Albert's loving wife of 53 years, Willma, also was a source of great inspiration, creativity, and support. Albert's genuine sense of family and his commitment to future generations are reflected vividly here tonight by the presence of so many members of his family and so many of his grandchildren. This is the first event that I've been at of this type in this rotunda where we have had so many grandchildren, and I think it's wonderful, and it's due to Albert. Albert's accomplishments also are no surprise when one realizes that they were forecast many, many years ago. The yearbook of the Central High School class of 1921, and I hope you'll forgive me, Albert, for having read it, refers to Albert as a, quote, wizard of finance, unquote, and it comments upon his, quote, winning personality, unquote, that has made him very popular at Central. Only 3 years later, the 1924 yearbook of Johns Hopkins University noted that Albert's interests lie in the, quote, vital political, social, and economic questions that face the people. And it observed, just as I do this evening, that, quote, it has been a pleasure to know this man. Albert's first job while in college was as a reporter for the Wildwood Sun Tribune, where he earned 10 cents per inch for each longitudinal inch of copy that was printed. Perhaps a paltry sum, but far more than the royalties on all of my books. Since then, Albert has brought forth many important advances in human life. His creativity and inventiveness are reflected by the fact that he holds more than 50 U.S. and foreign patents. His extracurricular contributions to communal and societal life are inventoried at length, yet only partially in the biographical sketch distributed here tonight. In the wake of countless accomplishments for which he already has received widespread recognition, Albert now is about to traverse a new path. He's proving that life begins at whatever age you wish it to begin. In conjunction with the Musher Chair, Albert is embarking on a new road of discovery and self-fulfillment. We know that it will lead to immense improvements in the quality of human existence, and we hope that it will bring him the greatest of pleasures. Albert's contributions to social work education and to the betterment of human life through science couldn't be more timely or more important. On behalf of social work educators everywhere, I salute Albert Musher, and I express our sincere gratitude to him for assuring that tomorrow's generations will benefit from social work practice that is based upon the best scientific methods and findings. Albert, thank you on behalf of the Columbia University School of Social Work. Thank you to your family and loved ones, and thank you on behalf of tomorrow's happier and healthier generations. To close my remarks, I hope that Albert won't mind if I reveal just one more facet of his life, namely his accomplishments as a poet. The words of a poem that he authored in 1992 called Let's Grow are especially apt this evening, and I'd like to read it for you. It rains, it snows, the wind it blows, and also too the sun it shows. Laws were made by God alone, science master of them all, to set the stars and time and space, and enter us all into the race, to make ourselves a better place, to blossom, grow at our own pace. So let's not wait, we're here to grow. So up and start, let's go, go, grow. It's my distinct